Do you know that every time you make a bet, bookmakers are betting against you? Makes sense, right? Because a bet will happen only if there are at least two possible outcomes and someone must also secure the money on the other side. This can be a bookmaker, another person, sports bettor on betting exchange, or someone else. And betting in fact has nothing to do with the sport. We can bet anything if there are at least two possible outcomes. But if you bet on one team, bookmakers are automatically betting against you. And by default, bookmakers are betting against everyone on all sides. This is why bets happen. And the question is, why bookmakers win and bettors lose if bookmakers are not trying to pick the winners, while on the other side bettors always try to pick winners? And the answer is, picking winners in sports betting is not important at all. Correctly predicting the future and the winners is just an illusion. It is all about the odds. This is why it is so important to understand odds if you want to become a long-term winner in sports betting. Betting odds represent the probability of an event to happen. The odds are also the prices on the betting market. In terms of money, the odds will tell you what you pay and what you get. And in this video today, I will explain how odds work and I will show you how to do this in Spreadsheet. I will show you how to turn probabilities into the odds. I will show you why bookmakers win, what is their commission, and how to calculate fair odds. I will also show you how much you profit based on different odds, and I will also show you how to calculate American odds from decimal odds. The only thing you need is a Google spreadsheet, which is completely free. Just open it and we can start. Okay, I hope you opened Google spreadsheet, and the first thing I will name this spreadsheet to how betting odds work. Okay. And this step will be practice. Okay, we have these topics to cover. Okay, I want to show you how to turn probabilities into the odds. I want to show you how to calculate fair odds, and I will show you how bookmakers make money. This is their commission, and I will show you how. And we will also check how much profit you make based on different odds. And then we will also calculate American odds from decimal odds. Okay, so let's say that we have two teams. Okay, we have team A and we have team B. Okay, and the probability of a positive outcome, this is a win for the team A. Let's say that it is let's say 47%. Okay. And the outcome for the probability for the second team is, let's say, 53%. Okay. If we sum those two numbers, okay, we will get 100%. That means that match will happen. Okay, that makes sense, right? This is basic probability and basic math. If something will happen, and if sum of all different outcomes, at the end it will be 1 or 100% in this example. Okay, so how to calculate the odds from probabilities? Simply divide 1 by the probability and you will get decimal odds. Okay, I will just drag down and we will get decimal odds. Okay, we can just go to the number and put it only 2 decimals, so you can get a little bit more familiar numbers with the odds. Okay, so the team A has 47% of chance to win the game. That means that the fair odds would be 2.13. Team B, which has 53% of chance to win the game, the fair odds would be 1.89. Okay, and when we sum those probabilities, it is always 100% or 1. Okay, makes sense, right? I will also show you if we have more possible outcomes. Let's say that we have soccer game, football game. Okay, we have team A, team B, and let's say that we have a draw. Okay, and I will show you in decimal. Let's say that the first team has, let's say, 43% of chance to win the game. We can also use these numbers, right? This format. Let's say that team B has I don't know, 20, let's say 25% of chance to win this game, and the draw is, this is 68, so it is 32, right? And let's say that the draw is 32%, and if we sum together, it must be 1. Okay, and the odds are calculated the same way. Simply divide 1 by these numbers, okay? and we get the decimal odds. Okay, this is how you calculate decimal odds from probabilities. Okay, and now I will show you the bookmakers' odds and how to calculate their commission and their probabilities, and I will also show you why they make money. Okay, we will go to one bookmaker, and let's say that we take, I don't know, for example, Oakland against Los Angeles Angels. Okay, this is a real example. We have Oakland, we have LA, odds, we have 1.66 and 2.31. 1.66, 2.31. What we want to do first is to calculate implied probabilities. Okay, I would say implied probability, as you will see, they also includes the margins. Okay, so we will simply divide 1 by the odds. Okay, and we get the probabilities. Okay, you can turn them into the percentages, or you can leave them like this. Okay, but what is important, if we sum together, we know that it must be 1, right? So if something will happen, then 1%, 100%, or the number 1 will represent that this match or the game will happen. And if we sum those two numbers, we should get 100% or 1 in this case. Okay, but as you see, we get bigger number than 1. As you see, it is 1.03531 and so on. Okay, and this difference is the margin that bookmakers take. So if you margin, commission, or the fee, if you like, okay, 1, this number minus 1 is their commission. It is 3% commission. So every time you make a bet, they will take 3.53% from us. This is how they make money. Okay, and how to calculate fair odds from this? Okay, we simply multiply these odds with this number, and we will get the fair odds. As you see, instead of 1.72, which would be the fair price, fair odds, okay, instead of 1.72, they are offering us only 1.66, right? Instead of 2.39, they are offering us only 2.31, and that difference is their commission, and this is why they win. This is why they always win on the long run, because they are paying a good price and we are paying a bad price. Okay, so if we have these probabilities, okay, I'll just move it here, okay, because I want to show you also here. If we have team A and team B with these probabilities, okay, and these odds, and let's lower these odds little bit. Okay, let's say that instead of 2.13 we get only 2.07, and instead of 1.89 we get, let's say, 1.80, I don't know, 3. Okay, the probability is 1 divided by this number. I will drag down and sum. If we sum those two numbers, we get 1.02.9, and the margin in this case would be this number minus 1, and if we turn this into percentages, bookmakers would take 2.95%. Okay, and this is how they make money. And right now I will show you how to how to calculate the profit. So if, for example, if we would have fair odds, okay, these odds, those are the fair odds based on probability. If you bet $100, okay, you bet $100 or euros or whatever on fair odds, okay, which are 2.13, then you profit 100 multiplied by this minus 100. So you will profit 113. Okay? But because bookmakers offer unfair odds instead of 2.13, because as you saw, they have included the margins which we took from the bookmaker on a real example, okay? Then they will offer us, for example, 2.7 in this case, okay? And you will profit only 107 instead of 113. And the difference is their profit, commission, fee, if you like, okay? Let's go here. Those are real examples for today, okay? If I will just copy this whole table, okay, put it here, okay? So, if you bet on fair odds would be 1.72, right? This is what we calculated, because if we calculate probabilities, 1 divided by fair odds, and if we sum these two numbers, must be 1, right? And those are the fair odds. So if you bet on the odds of 1.72, which is the fair odds, which would be the fair. So if you go to the bookmaker, when they offer you 1.66, the fair odds should be 1.72. 1.72, not 1.66, but 1.72. So you should profit $72 or euros or whatever you bet, okay? But because they offer us unfair odds, you profit only 66. So what is the difference? The difference is $6 American in this case, okay? At the same time, they can also bet on the other team, right? The other team, fair odds would be 2.39, and they are offering 2.31 instead of 2.39, okay? And as you see, instead of profiting 1.39, you profit only 1.31. So they take the profit from both bettors. They're not trying to pick the winner. They don't care, okay? Picking winners in sports betting is not important. It is all about the odds. It is all about these probabilities, because they will take the commission and you must outsmart the market to beat these commissions, calculate your own probabilities that are, let's say, more correct, and then you will profit in the long run. Because bookmakers are making profit either way, okay? And the next thing I want to show you is how to calculate American odds from the decimal odds, okay? Let's say we have Oakland and Los Angeles Angels, okay? Those are decimal odds, and I will show you the formula how you can calculate American odds, and this formula will be below in the description, so you can simply copy and paste it here in the cell, okay? Okay, US odds, and we will use one formula which you can find also in the description, so you don't need to learn this formula. Just use it and copy and paste it in the sheet, okay? I will just quickly explain what this formula means, but it is basically turning decimal odds into American odds, where we have a couple of if function, because with American odds, if minus odds, then we bet a little bit differently, and with plus odds we get a little bit different profit. I will also show you this, okay? But let's start with this formula. You can simply, as I said, copy and paste it in the sheet, okay? If these odds are bigger than 2, then you use this calculation, okay? Minus 1 multiplied by 100. If decimal odds are bigger than 2, then use this one, minus 100 divided by odds minus 1, okay? And if decimal odds are 2, okay, this represent plus 100, okay? And that's it, okay? So we get American odds. I will just change it to more familiar format. Okay, I will just put it like this. So as you see, decimal odds of 1.66 represent minus 152. Decimal odds of 2.31 represent plus 131. The probability is the same, of course, for 1. I use decimal odds because they are, at least for me, a little bit more simple to understand, okay? Those are probabilities, and this is how you calculate American odds. And as I said, you can copy paste this formula, simply put into the cells, and you can always calculate decimal odds and American odds. I will also put the formula for turning American odds into the decimal odds, okay? So what is the profit if you use decimal odds, not decimal, American odds? American odds are also the prices on betting market. In this case, for example, if you bet on minus odds, okay, which is in our example minus 152, means that you must bet 152 to win 100, okay? If you bet on plus odds, which is in our example plus 131, you will win 131 if you bet 100. And those two if functions are explained here in this formula, okay? So this is how you get the profit based on different odds. And as you see, this is how betting odds work. They represent the probabilities. These probabilities can be turned into the odds, which are basically the prices on betting market that we must pay. Bookmakers win because they include the margins, or if you like, we always pay bet price and they always pay good price. To win at sports betting, you must understand these odds and find good prices based on your analysis, and when you think that your probability is better than market probability, if you like. And this is the holy grail of sports betting. It is not about picking winners, because if picking winners would be the holy grail of winning in sports betting, bookmakers wouldn't win, because they cannot predict every single winner. They are simply relying on the numbers and the odds. And I hope that this sheet will help you to calculate your odds, to see how much commission they take, and you can also calculate the probabilities from your odds. So I hope that this video will help you to understand how betting odds work, and below in description I will also give you these formulas that we have created in Spreadsheet so you can use them for yourself. So if you like the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, and if you think that your friends will get the value from my video, you can also share with them. Thank you for watching.